Welcome to my channel. 1931. The Murder of Julia Wallace. It was January 20, 1931, that one of the most gruesome and baffling murders would occur in Liverpool, United Kingdom. It was the murder of Julia Wallace. William Herbert Wallace, her husband, was aged 52, and was an insurance salesman working for the Prudential. It was on January 19 that William had gone to a meeting at Liverpool Chess Club. It was during the evening that William was told that the club had taken a phone call for him. They gave him the message saying that he was invited to visit Mr. Qualtrough on the following evening to complete a sale for an insurance policy. There seemed nothing unusual about this message, and William knew he would be out the following evening. On the following evening of January 20, William left his home at roughly 6:45 p.m. He traveled to the location of where he was supposed to be meeting Mr. Qualtrough, but after he searched the area for a while, he was unable to find the location of the meeting. He then decided to return back home. When he returned home, he found that both the front and rear doors were locked. He knocked several times to get the attention of his wife Julia, but she did not come to the door. He then went around to his neighbors, the Johnstons, who had a spare key for his house. He was concerned why Julia had not answered the door, and he went inside the property with the Johnstons. They made their way down the hallway towards the lounge area, and it is here where they made a horrifying discovery. On the floor of the lounge lay the body of his wife Julia. She had been bludgeoned to death. Mr. Johnston told his wife and William not to touch a thing, and rushed off to get the doctor and the police. The police quickly arrived at the scene. It was during their investigation that they ascertained that the anonymous caller for the insurance policy had been a hoax, and it was determined that they had used a call box on the corner of Rochester Road and Breck Road, just 400 yards from Wolverton Street. The police believed that this had been an elaborate plan by William to murder his wife. They were convinced that William was their number one suspect in her murder. The post-mortem examination revealed that Julia had received 11 brutal blows to the head with a blunt object. The blows had been strong enough to crush her skull. The police conducted tests to determine if William could have left his home by tram to the location where he was to meet Mr. Qualtrough and still make his way back home to murder his wife. The police would take William's exact route on that evening. Detective Superintendent Hubert Moore and the CID determined the average time taken would be between 17 and 20 minutes. This meant that William could have left his house as late as 6:49 and still had enough time to commit the murder. William was arrested 13 days later. At his trial, he was found guilty of the murder of his wife and sentenced to death. Shocked at this, William made an appeal. His lawyers argued that William would have been covered in blood from the murder, and would not have had time to clean up and dispose of his clothes in that time frame. It was discovered that there had also been a witness. A milk delivery boy had spoken to Julia just moments before William had boarded his tram that evening, which meant she was still alive at this time. However, his conviction for his wife's murder was eventually overturned by the courts. It was ascertained that there was just not enough evidence against William for the murder now, and he was released. After William's release, he returned back to work, but his health had now started to deteriorate. William Wallace passed away just 2 years after the murder of his wife. William never found out who had committed the murder, or why they had murdered Julia. He would be buried along with his wife Julia at Anfield Cemetery. Police never identified any other suspect in the murder of Julia Wallace and the case went cold. Over the years there has been much speculation into who committed Julia's murder. Possible suspects have been identified but nothing has ever been proven and the case remains unsolved to this day. The reason why Julia was murdered remains a mystery. It is unlikely that the murderer is even still alive, but we would like to hope that one day, this case could be solved. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel to view other content.